Thanks for tuning in to my gaming podcast, Gems in Gaming, where I play various games and tell different stories about my life, experiences, wisdom, anything to help inspire and encourage others. You were born with the ability to change someone's life, and you should never waste it. If you enjoy, please like, comment, or subscribe.
King CAYNE.
Alright. Yo, what's going on, y'all? Yo, so we're trying something new this week. So I got my actual camera that I use to record, and I got my webcam. We're gonna try to do this on Twitch for this week. If it works out good, then it works out. I used to do Gems and Gaming all the time on Twitch, so I'm kind of going back to that. One thing I was told though about doing stuff on Twitch is that I gotta interact with my camera. But if y'all know my Gems and Gaming, I don't do sound with my I don't do sound from the game, and also I can't really see the chat based off my setup. So if people talking, I wouldn't know. If they seeing it, I wouldn't know. But we're just gonna do it anyway. We're playing SKYRIM on PC. I know y'all seen me play this before, but I wanted to do it on PC. I thought it was kind of choppy when I played it on Switch, but obviously it looks really good now. So I think it's pretty dope that we're doing this on PC. And I learned about survival mode already from the Switch, so we definitely gonna do survival mode here too. Not sure the type of character I'm gonna do, but that's irrelevant for the topic of today for our Gems in Gaming, which is the title is The Speaker from the West. The Speaker from the West. I'm gonna tell y'all a story. First, I gotta put them down. Subtitles. First, I want to tell y'all a story. I won't say the name of the person who the story is. It's a real story, but it's gonna lead into a bigger topic, which I think is super important. I normally just give you the concept right away whenever I do something like this, but today I was like, let me try something a little different. All right, so the name of Gems in Gaming is Speaker from the West. The Speaker from the West. So I'm gonna tell y'all a story about an artist living in the country. He was a foreigner in the country, and also because I'm not on Twitch and I can't really hear. I don't know if this is too loud for me, but I always say that, so we're just gonna play it by ear. If it is, forgive me. I'll try to speak up a little bit for Twitch. I can change the audio on YouTube, but let's just make sure. Let's just see what happens. So, like I said, there was a guy, an artist, a foreigner in the country, and this artist essentially was many people would call a genius. Right, the artist was very, very talented. In fact, if you would look at this artist's work and listen to this artist speak, you wouldn't really understand what the artist was saying immediately. It would take you time. Sometimes for some people, weeks. For some people might get it instantly, but for some people, weeks. For other people, months. For the masses, the majority of people, it would take years for them to understand this artist's work or his dialogue. This artist started to become very, very popular. The entire country knew this person. Obviously, the foreigners already knew him because they were from the same land that he was from, but everyone started to know who this individual was, and they just knew, like, oh my God, this guy's a genius. The artist was a man. This guy's a genius. And eventually, the artist, was, like I said, well known nationwide. But tragedy struck this particular artist. This artist was very, very close to his mother. He was raised by his mother, a single mother. She raised this young man from humble beginnings all the way to stardom. But during his stardom, his mother was gone. Okay, I don't know about everyone else, but me and my mom are super close. Super close. I speak with her every single day. Before I was married, after I was married, we super close. Me and my mom are all like super tight. So a similar story between me and this particular artist. Difference is, like I said, this artist is a genius, right, and well known and popular. But when this artist's mother passed away, this artist went on a downward spiral, which you can expect anyone to. It makes complete sense, right? Especially if you're close with your mom. It's not something that's weird or crazy to go through grief when you lose someone like that. But the craziest thing was the stuff that you learned about this artist after the fact. All right, so this artist got married, had some children, still popular, but like I said, this artist was still still kind of going through grief. And people go through grief in their own way, right? Like, people always deal with grief differently. But what is this? Okay. But because this artist was famous, people were watching this artist very closely. This is a land that had a lot of technology to the point similar to ours, where you could essentially learn everything about someone just from just watching them, excuse me, not from just watching them, but let's just say your iPhone, just from looking on your phone, you could learn anything you wanted to know about this artist. So technically watching them, but through the use of technology. So as this artist was going on his downward spiral, like, the people of that land who loved him in the beginning eventually judged him, for essentially going on this downward spiral. And this artist didn't really get empathy from many people. One, because they didn't really know him, right? If you don't know someone, it's, for the most part, if you don't know someone or their experiences, it's difficult to empathize with them. Even if you're an empathetic person, if you don't understand someone's, you can't have dreads as a woman? I don't even understand that. No. Oh, that's crazy. Also, if you don't know, if you ever never seen me play a game, all my characters I typically do, women, my mom, my sisters, my wife, my niece. But I wanted dreads, but that's crazy that you can't have it. Anyway, her fade is fire though. I can't lie on that. Let's go with this, whatever. So, like I was saying, excuse me. We have technology, no one's being empathetic. It's hard to be empathetic for people if you don't understand everything about said person. Excuse me. So this artist is starting to feel like, oh, the world is against me. The world is against me. That's what this artist is starting to feel like. Because everyone can see him, but no one can really see him. All right? Because, just like in our technology, if you know, like, a celebrity, and you're a fan of their work, but you don't really know them, you can make an assumption about them very easily. And the media does it, we do it. I mean, it's a natural occurrence in the world. But as years and years go by, the more people misunderstand this artist, the more this artist begins to lash out and begins to think that they're all by themselves. The interesting thing that came out about this artist later was that this artist was bipolar. If you don't know much about being bipolar, which I am not an expert, so this is not a video where I'm going to explain it to you. I would encourage you, though, to just take some time and just learn a little bit more about what it means truly to be bipolar and how it could truly impact the way that you behave in a scenario. Most people get medication or pills to help them interact with people who aren't bipolar or communicate and express themselves with other people who are bipolar. But if you're an artist, a very famous artist, a very popular artist, then you are going to want to not really medicate yourself so that you can express yourself in the most artistic form possible, right? That's the concept for this particular artist. Yes, he was dealing with this, but hey, you know what? I'm not going to take medication because it's going to mess up my art. As someone who believes he is an artist, me, I understand that completely. But I don't understand that in the concept of being famous or popular, right? Or for everyone to see, or a genius at that level. Because I don't. Anyway, I understand the concept. But then I started to. You would start to have empathy for this artist because you realize they're dealing with something very, very difficult. Which now leads me to the conclusion of that story. If you're living during this time period, then you know much about this artist already. If you don't, then I will say this artist is new. And that this will come into my point of why I'm bringing this story. The artist's name is Kanye West. I looked up what Kanye meant. I looked up his entire name, Kanye Omari West, and I looked up what it meant because I'm big in names. Oh, if you haven't seen the School of Afrotech, Abolishing My Slave Name, check it out. It's a story about me and my life, but I did a lot of research to learn a little bit more about my name and my meaning and all that. So I'm really big in the name. So I looked up Kanye Omari West. What does that even mean, right? It's important for me to identify. So I think the name Kanye is of Yoruba. Is your, I guess, Yoruban. Forgive me if that sounds ignorant, but it's a Yoruba, and I hope I'm saying that right. If you're not familiar, is a African language, typically West African language. I think maybe from Ghana and Nigeria mostly, if I believe. But I think it's a West African. Don't quote me on this, guys. I'm speaking from like a few hours of research. There are people that actually live this life, so look this up. But I think it is of West African descent, and it being of West African descent, I looked up the second part, Omari, and I believe. Oh, excuse me. I told you the location, the origin, but the meaning of Kanye, I believe, is next in line, according to research that I found. Omari means, I believe, chief or speaker. Okay, so if we put the two names together, the speaker the speaker next in line, or the chief next in line. West means, literally, if you think about it from a name connotation, means of the West. Yeah, who are we gonna side with this time? The Imperials or SKYRIM? Because I was playing my other one joining SKYRIM. I'm gonna play this one joining the Imperials. I don't know. I mean, I kind of like rebelling, I suppose, from a country, I guess, but I don't know. Let's join the Imperials this time. I plan on playing a lot different, so let's just join the Imperials. Why not? We gotta get too deep into it. But so we got the the speaker from the West, specifically, or in the origin, could be West African, right? This felt Kanye could be of West African descent based off his name. Next, the speaker next in line, the chief next in line. When you listen to someone like Kanye speak, and I don't mean like, read anything about him, and I'm not saying everything about him that you read is incorrect. I have no idea. I don't know the man personally, or anything about, his personal life. And honestly, I have no idea what Kanye is. No, I haven't heard about Kanye in quite a long time. But I came across an interview on Jimmy Kimmel with Kanye West, and it was similar. I felt similarly in how I felt when I was watching the Dave Chappelle comedy, Netflix comedy. I didn't really know what to expect. The media that I saw about Kanye made me think, it's gonna be pretty crazy. Let me brace myself. It's about to be some crazy stuff. Completely delighted on the results. Completely delighted from what I found out. And I'll tell you, if you're interested, go see it. I'm not like his publicist or anything like that. I'm sure he got people to, make it sound like he's a saint. That's not my job. I'm just letting you know just what I saw and what I heard. So because, I was like really interested in his or in this particular interview, only because it completely changed the perspective of what I thought Kanye West was, like after learning about his condition of being bipolar. And now I have empathy for the man and him expressing himself, him losing his mom. It's a very difficult thing to do, and very difficult to feel like you're smarter than everyone. And you can't express that the way everyone else expresses themselves. It's difficult for you to express yourself when you're bipolar, but also you feel like you're smarter than everybody, so it's probably even worse, even worse for somebody like that. So the empathy level for him has gone up tremendously for me. But then that's just, a famous person. So then it just kind of thought to me, something kind of came over me and said to myself, like, how many people have conditions in this world and struggle, basically their whole lives to communicate with people because of their condition, and they just never receive the empathy or the love that, would be helpful for them to maneuver throughout this world. Right? It's when you consider it and you think of it that way, it's like, man, it's tough for a lot of people, a lot of people. And we don't typically give people or people that we think differently than, we don't typically try. Our first instinct isn't to be, empathetic for people that are just different from us. And I'm guilty of it, right? I ain't saying this just, as an observer of the public. I'm saying this as someone, of the public, someone who's done this exact same thing that I'm describing. I'm guilty of it. But, just discovering this stuff, I want to be better than obviously I was before, and just be a little bit more mindful of people. And it's good to look at the worst case scenario. I remember back when Trump was president, and again, I don't know if Trump is popular now. I post a lot just because I got my own business and I got to get my brand out there. but I'm not like really a consumer of social media. So it is not, definitely not as much as I used to be. So if he is popping right now, like, forgive me if, I don't know, he's still like a hot topic and people are still upset at him. But back when he was president, bro, like he was super not liked. And I remember getting in arguments with people about him, not because I was a fan of him, but because I don't think it's healthy for anyone to hate somebody. I don't think it's healthy for anyone to spend that much time out of their day to hate somebody. Like, I just don't think it's enough time in your day to deal with that. You might be justified in the stuff that you're saying, that thing that people do wrong, but people like really enjoyed or were proud of the fact that they hated another human being. And I thought that was like detrimental to their health. All right, so I would get in arguments all the time because it looked like I was an apologist of him or I defended him. But in reality, like, I just didn't want, anyone to do what I was doing as a kid. As a kid, how much energy, even a young adult, how much energy I put into hating somebody. You know what I mean? Like, think about how crazy that is. Like, I don't know you at all, and I don't care what you do or what you say. I'm not gonna rock with you. I'm gonna misunderstand you every time. I'm gonna hate you every time. Like, that's a lot of energy. All right, it happens. You have disagreements with people. Don't get me wrong, but every single day, every single second, I think like, whew, that's a toll on you. And I'm just saying that because I've been through that. Trust me, I've been through it. I used to hate people. Not specifically, but I used to justify how I felt. And let's try magic this time. I never really do magic ever, and I always do the same character. Let's try something different. I might regret it, maybe, but let's just try it, man. Like, why not? But yeah, it's not healthy, man. It's not healthy to. You might be justified how you feel about someone. Don't get me wrong. Trust me. I done been wrong by a ton of people, y'all. Ton of people. But at the same time, like, yes, I've been justified. Yes, I've been wrong by a lot of people, but I also have learned to that forgiveness sets you free, even if you don't rock with the person that you're forgiving. Trust me, I get it. I still don't rock with a lot of people I forgave. It frees you up to move on to the next thing in life, right? Like, and that's just my perspective and my experience. It frees you up from the place that you're at. I think hate kind of keeps you there. I think hate kind of keeps you stuck. You know what I mean? Like, hate makes you feel like, I don't rock with this person, and there's nothing they can do to make me change that, my opinion of them. And that's not fair for anybody. Definitely not even for yourself, because people, magic kind of OP. Oh, yeah, it is OP if you got the. Oh my goodness. It's OP only if you got the mana. Oh my goodness. Alright, maybe I'm gonna have to do where you like conjure a sword. This is gonna be interesting. But anyway, yeah, I wish I could kill a spider like that, bro. I'm too afraid to like kill anything. Honestly, I be calling my wife all the time. She be upstairs chilling. I'd be like, "Yo, Kels, a ladybug, come get it." Yo, I don't play, man. I don't rock with insects, bro. But I'm afraid to kill them. I don't know what it is. But yeah, anyway, like I said, it's very freeing to let stuff go. It's hard to do. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's hard to do. It's very difficult, but it's very freeing and rewarding. So I say all that to say, I looked at the worst case scenario back then when I was back then during President Trump's 10-year whatever his period, whatever. I'm not into politics either. So whatever it's called when you the president, your term, back in his term, he was the most hated man that I've seen in the just walking around, I've seen like a lot of people thought it was okay to hate somebody, and I thought they were doing more detriment to themselves than they were helping society, right? Just because they were spending time hating somebody. So now you look at the flip side, move forward to today's present time. And like I said, I don't know if he's popular today, so this could come back to bite me. Shoot, I don't know. Oh yeah, we're doing survival mode too, so we're just gonna make it real interesting and real fun. But since I'm not familiar if he's still popular right now, I will tell you this, that I was a huge fan of Kanye West growing up, and for me to see what happened, the downward spiral of his career and his public image and all of that, and then learn a little bit more about his conditions, that makes me kind of feel a little guilty for how quickly I dismissed, him as a human being just based off the stuff that I was reading about. Like, don't get me wrong, I ain't saying I saw things that he said and stuff like that, and I agree with stuff that that's not what I'm saying. I said I instantly just dismissed his feelings, his emotions. I dismissed a lot about this man just based off of stuff that I read about him and not having any empathy for him at all. And that taught me a little something. I judged a lot of other people for how they felt about Trump and hating Trump. And I was just like, man, y'all tripping. Like, y'all really spending time hating somebody? Like, that's corny, blah, blah, blah. And here I am dismissing another human being because I read something about him. I don't know this man at all. I read something about him and I was just like, nah, he ain't it. He not, he's not. I just judged the crap out of him. I'm sure a lot of people are guilty of that, but I judged the mess out of this man. I don't know nothing about this man. That's crazy. And then I learned about his condition. I'm like, man, that's tough. And a lot of people in this world have, and it might not be bipolar specifically, but it might be a lot of different, it's mental health awareness is huge nowadays. It might be a lot of different barriers that prevent people from communicating with other people to the point where they feel understood, right? If you're not, I worked in corporate for a long time. All right, we're gonna do magic, right? So let's do the Mage Stone. Let's do the Mage Stone. So I worked in corporate for a long time. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm from the hood. I struggle communicating with people. Like, struggle, bro. I'm outspoken. You know what I mean? Like, I'm, and I'm not changing for nobody. So I struggled significantly in corporate. And without getting too much into, mental health, I struggled in school. I struggled my whole life and everything. And a lot of people do that, but just because they're quote unquote different than we are, different than, we are, we being, I guess, the quote unquote normal people who are able to communicate themselves and express themselves in public and in the masses and stuff like that. We feel like if anyone isn't like us, then they are not normal, right? And to me, growing up, Now that I'm like not in corporate and I'm working for myself, I'm an entrepreneur. I don't even understand what that truly means. What is normal truly means. Like my normal might be different from your normal, and if I judge you based, oh y'all, what's up? What's good? If I judge you based off of, my normal, now I'm, now I'm limiting my communication with you. Now I'm limiting, my relationship with you. A lot of different things with you. And never learning your side. I'm limiting myself. Forget you. No offense, but I'm limiting myself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to grow. It's not, life isn't about you. Right? So if you can humble yourself and actually listen to someone different, take the time to understand, cultures that are different from you, thoughts that are different from yours. If you can actually take the time and humble yourself, I think you'll grow as an individual, you'll grow as a person, and you'll learn way more. Just in general, not just about empathy, not just about other people. You'll learn way more in this world from just taking the time and go, you know what? This is how I feel as of right now. I'm not going to let this impact the way that I move or operate. I'm going to definitely take a mental note on it. I ain't telling you to abandon anything that that you feel. If you got something on your spirit, listen to your spirit. But what I'm telling you is this. We act so quickly based off how we feel during that exact same moment. We never even take the time to digest why we feel that way or digest how we feel and think about why we feel that way is what I was trying to say. And that interview with Jimmy Kimmel about Kanye West definitely showed me that. Like, I wanted to tell y'all that. I know I normally do like an actual topic. I actually talk about a concept, or I don't really do stories or anything like that. But this particular interview yesterday really taught me a lot, and it really showed me. I think it just gave me the best fuel for today's fire, the empathy fire, right? I want you guys to, and it doesn't have to be Kanye having empathy for Kanye West, but anybody that you feel like in your own life, in your own circle, that you feel like is mostly misunderstood by the public, but you understand them, that's enough. One person. That's how I feel. All it takes is one person to understand you and what you're going through in your current moment, right? And that person might be different in different seasons. Hey, I know it's funny about SKYRIM. I'm just walking around this village taking all these people's taking all their harvest essentially. And the craziest thing is now that I'm like planting and growing stuff, like I'd be pissed if somebody walked out in my yard. I was just taking my vegetables, bro. We have to scrap instantly. But anyway, all I feel like is it takes one person, to understand you, where you're currently at, and in your current moment. And that might be just the right amount of empathy for you or another human being to just keep going and get better, right? Not everyone stays the same. Yeah, people grow. And let me say this. If I heard this quote, if you think the exact same way at 50 that you did at 20, then you wasted 30 years of your life. I can't remember who I heard it from. I might even saw that in the comment section and they was quoting somebody. I'm not even sure, but I agree with that statement, right? But still, how I also look at that is if you made it to 50 and you still pushing, that means for 30 years of your life, you survived 100%, 30 additional years of your life from 20 to 50, you survived 100% of your bad days. Think about that. Think about that. And I know it wasn't easy. You know what I mean? It's not easy for anybody. All right. So imagine you being the person to have empathy for someone and helping them move forward. It ain't easy, and I ain't telling you, I'm gonna get it right and I'm gonna get it perfect. I'm just letting you know, like, this is what I learned just from watching other people and learning about other people, learning about myself, and gems in gaming. That's what we do. We're here to spread the love, spread the joy, and everything. So I have to, put this video on YouTube, edit it, and then I gotta get back to work to do some pitch play stuff. Like I said, I don't know if, let's just go out the house because I know they're talking. Yeah, I gotta go back to do some pitch play stuff. If you haven't seen pitchplayco.com yet, please visit the site. It's always in my YouTube descriptions. We got some big stuff coming. Do me a favor, follow me on Twitch or subscribe to me on YouTube, however you watch this video. I appreciate it. Leave a comment what you think, but most importantly though, have empathy for people is the biggest takeaway that I want you to take from this. If you're not a Kanye fan, I'm cool with that. If you're not a Trump fan, I'm cool with that. If you're not a me fan, I'm cool with that, bro. Just be a you fan, and being the best version of you is being that superhero that you always wish that you had, or being the best version of you is being the change that you want to see. And by being empathetic, I believe that you have the ability to reach that next level. But yeah, like I said, I got some work to do, y'all, and this game is gonna be super addicting. I can already tell. Y'all see how beautiful this thing looks on PC? This is crazy. This is crazy. I've never seen Skyrim like this. That's wild. But anyway, y'all, I'm outie. Y'all take it easy and God bless.